Hello, hello, everyone. We are live. Happy Sunday here in the Solutions for Sellers community group. Janet Parks here, CEO and founder of Solutions for Sellers. And I am so pumped and excited to talk about tonight's training, which should help you book out your February calendar. So if you are a direct seller and you are looking for modern ways to stand out on social media, fun and creative ideas to help you boost engagement, book your calendar, and of course, increase your overall results in your direct sales business, you are in the right place. Welcome in, everybody. If you are watching live, make sure to comment below, hashtag live in the comment section. Also, let me know where you're tuning in from. I know many of you are probably watching inside of my Facebook group. Obviously, I've been having issues streaming in my Facebook group. So I have to stream through my business page and then just share the link into my group until I figure out a better solution. So there's that. However, I know a lot of you also follow me on my business page. So wherever you are watching from, I hope you get a ton of value from tonight's training, and make sure that you are commenting below and just letting me know if you're here, if you're watching. And of course, let us know where you're tuning in from. We are here in Sunnyside, Florida, around the Tampa area. And I tell you what, guys, it's been so freaking cold. And I know some of you guys are like making a face at me like, girl, you live in Florida. You guys are fine. I know you guys are going through snow, and some of you guys are dealing with the ice and probably some time off of work. My sister actually lives in Georgia, and she had some time off of work recently because, we can't hang in Georgia when it comes to ice and snow. We don't know what to do. Like, everybody just gets analysis paralysis. Nobody goes anywhere because we don't know how to drive in that mess. I used to live in Georgia, just for reference, and I moved to Florida back in 2016. What a change. But I kind of missed the cold a little bit. So it's been kind of nice for it to start cooling down here. It's just been kind of a little bit of a nice refresher. So what's the temperature where you guys are at? Are you guys dealing with snow? Are you guys dealing with like crazy weather? Today's actually the first day that like the sun is actually out and it's like warm and you can actually go outside and you're like, okay, like it's not freezing. I'm not going to freeze my patukas off. Okay. Anyway, let's dive into tonight. First off, if you're brand new, I'd love to know, leave me a comment in the comment section with the word new. Welcome. Again, my name is Janet Parks and I try to show up every Sunday. There are some Sundays I just don't show up. I get hung up sometimes with my family. I'm just being real and transparent. And we try to use the weekends as time where we kind of spend time together and we do all the things as a family. So there are some Sundays where I have a training and there are some Sundays where I don't, but the majority of Sundays you will probably see a training. And if you're not already on my email list, I want to give you a freebie, okay, so that you can kind of get up to date with what we are releasing, when we have these live trainings, what these trainings are going to be about, kind of a newsletter type of situation. That way you get all the updates of what is going on in the world here, especially if you're trying to level up your results with direct sales and you're looking for just fresh, fun resources that are actually going to work for your business. Go ahead and text me the word Galentine. Text to the phone number 727-219-2444. Text Galentine. We're going to be giving you a free Valentine's Day themed party script. And in that, once you grab that free party script, it's just going to add you to our email list. So that way, every Sunday, you're going to get the Sunday Social Brew, which is our new newsletter. Hopefully you guys saw that today. Did you guys see the for those of you that are on the list, did you see my email today? It's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more like biz bestie to biz bestie type of newsletter where we give you kind of up-to-date things as to what's going on in the direct sales world, strategies, highlighting customers and students that are using our strategies, freebies, classes that we release, fun little, VIP group party strategies that you can incorporate into your business. Today, we gave away a free Word doc that has like your 5 steps to getting started building your personal brand. I know some of you guys already got that and you guys are loving it. If you did, let me know in the comment section if you had an opportunity to grab that or snag that. Just to kind of dive into that, I know that this has been kind of a crazy last couple months. We've had some major closures in the direct sales world. First off, I want to give you guys just my condolences. My heart is with you guys. I love y'all. I know this is hard. 31 was a soul crusher for me. Personally, being that I was with that company for a period of time for a few years ago, it's been a while now. But it was a soul crushing experience. So I can only imagine those that were kind of surprised with the news of the other recent closure recently. So I don't necessarily know if that's the final news. I had some leaders tell me that they're still waiting on some things. That was just, kind of a big bomb of an email that they got, right? So I will say that as of right now, that's what it looks like, but who knows? Maybe we'll find out some more information later. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you guys. My heart goes out for you guys, but I also, in my email, if you saw my email today, I want you guys to know this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Okay. Unfortunately, these things happen. The economy has been insane, right? There's just been a lot of struggle out there with network marketing and direct sales companies. Let's just call it like it is. A lot of them are going through restructuring. A lot of them are going through these, scenarios, and it's really tough. It's a really tough situation to navigate through. So my prayers go out to you guys. Everybody else who's not with those companies, just like say a prayer if you can. If you're not religious, that's okay, but just share some kind words. This is also not the time to recruit. Okay. So I know everybody thinks differently on this topic. Some of you guys are like, well, we need to give them a solution. I get it. But there's also some people that are really mourning this loss. And it sounds like there's just still some unfinished business in certain areas of that. So let's just give people space. I've had a few people message me and say, I'm getting bombarded with messages, people wanting to recruit me. What's the best way to respond without being rude? Just ignore. I mean, just ignore them. That's the best thing it could do, unless you have the energy to just kind of respond and say, hey, I'm just not in it right now. I appreciate you reaching out. Maybe when I feel a little better and when this tidal wave passes, I'll be able to look at this, but right now it's just not the time for me to look at anything else. I know everybody's on different pages too with that. So there's no really wrong answer here. I would just say, just approach these things with grace. And if people really don't want to hear from you, just take the time, just give them a few days, right? Give them a little bit. Let people breathe, all right, before we jump on these opportunity messages, okay? Some people are just not ready for that yet because they're still digesting the news, which is understandable, right? So wanted to throw that out there. Obviously, I can't control anybody. I could just give advice and just try to be as helpful as I can. So that's that. So why don't we go ahead and get started here? Obviously, tonight we're going to dive into how to book your February with this awesome, fun, very silly, simple game. It's called Match It Booking Game. To be honest with you, this is something that I made up. Much like a lot of other things that I teach here. It's like, oh, that worked really well, like 7 times in a row, and I booked every time. I should just name that something, and then I should create a resource and see if it helps other people. And then that's how this group kind of came to be, is just me sharing my personal journey and taking people along the ride and trying things that I've seen other people do, trying things just to be creative, and just trying to do some out of the box strategies to help me increase my results, right? So that's what this is, you guys. It's a very, very silly, simple game. And I don't want to diminish it. I'm just saying it's very simple. And for whatever reason, it's worked so great. And I think it's because it is so simple and it's just fun. And you don't have to go live. So believe it or not, Janet is actually telling you, for those of you guys who have been following me forever, you don't have to go live for this one. You can actually just post about it. So I will say, however, if your group is kind of on the cricket side, right? Which, by the way, comment below, is your group, cricket, like Cricketville, not a lot of engagement? Or do you think your group is pretty engaged? People tend to comment. You tend to have, a good variety of people that come back to your group. You've got kind of a good community in there. Curious to see where you guys are at. Could this work in a group that's not very engaged? Yes, it could. Is it going to work better if your group already has kind of a community sense and there's a lot of people already engaging? Yes, I'll be honest there. Okay. So if your group is kind of Cricketville right now, I would love to give you some insight and maybe just have you start off with something before you actually play this Match It Booking Game. I know we're getting close to February, but if you were to put some just simple open-ended questions with a colored background in your group for the next few days, maybe then drop the match it game after that. So simple things like, are you a night owl or a morning person? And add like a little emoji owl and like a coffee emoji, add a colored background, and then post that into your group and see how it does, right? So what's another really good one? If you guys have any open-ended question ideas, comment below and share them so that other people can kind of get some insight. But open-ended questions that are really simple, that have nothing to do with business or sales, those tend to do pretty well. They do. And it's a really fun way to just get people looking at your post commenting so that when you do drop your really fun match it game, it's more fun and people are going to be seeing it because now you've kind of built your algorithm a little bit to where now people are going to see your posts more often. So I think your match it game is going to work better versus if you're in Cricketville. I call it Cricketville. I call it Zombie Land, right? When your group is just like, you know, just not active. People aren't commenting and like people are just walking around like zombies there, right? It's just a funny thing I came up with. But if it is like that and you try to post your match it game, I'm not sure how well it would do. So there's just a little tip, maybe 3 days of open-ended engagement questions in a row where you're just, people comment, easy questions to answer. You use a colored background, use emojis, you're replying to people, you're helping build that algorithm, and then drop your match it booking game. So that's just a pro tip there. You don't have to listen to me. It's just something that I recommend, especially if your group is kind of struggling right now. Okay. Okay. So let's dive into this. What is this match booking game? What I'm going to do, I know last week I had like a slideshow presentation, and I'll be honest, this week has been so busy, I haven't had a chance to make it. So I will just be referring to the ebook itself. So I actually created a step-by-step ebook. It's a little bit of a guide that shows you how to get started playing this game, what it actually looks like. And it also includes a Canva template where you can actually just click on it and then you have the grids that you can actually post in your group with instructions and the whole nine. Okay. So if you're curious, because this is also something that we sell in our Solutions for Sellers content store, if you would like to pick this guide up along with like a Valentine's Day playbook to help you increase your sales, come up with a really good step-by-step strategy so that you can increase sales for your Valentine's Day promotional period, then just text BOOST, the word BOOST, to 727-219-2444. Then you will get a link so that you can check out the guide, you can check out the playbook, and then I've also attached the mystery bag sales event that we talked about last week in that bundle. It's a very popular bundle. People are loving it. So if you want like everything kind of together, delivered to you to where you can hear me talk about it, and then you have it all written in front of you, plus the Canva templates for both of those really fun games, then make sure to pick that up if you find that is easier. Okay. Now, here's another thing. And I promise we're going to get to the training. There's just lots of things, guys. If you would like a general cheat sheet that helps you kind of encompass everything that I talk about tonight, sometimes it's easy to kind of watch something and listen, but then for me personally, I like to listen and I also like to have something to read so that I can kind of match it up, right? Match booking game, right? Then do me a favor. I created this other Word doc, just like a little cheat sheet for you, like I did last week. If you guys attended last week's training, if you text match, the word match, to 727-219-2444, you will get a cheat sheet from me. And it's just a Word doc. It's nothing fancy, but it'll kind of break down everything that I'm going through in a very, very short version. Okay. So anyway, now we're going to go ahead and get started. By the way, Academy members, if you're hanging out here, my Solutions for Sellers Academy members, all of these resources should be in your student portal. Okay. So you don't have to text anything. You don't have to buy anything. It's already in your student portal. So make sure to go and check that out. It's under module 2. Okay. All right, let's get started, friends. Welcome. I think I have the ebook here in front of me. Let me go ahead and share the screen. I hope you guys can see this because I didn't really put it in like presentation mode, which I probably could real quick. I probably could just make a quick presentation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use what's here. All right. So let me share my screen. Da-da-da-dum. All right, here we go. Share screen. Okay, so don't mind all the links and the tabs. Story of my life. I always have a ton of tabs open because that's how my brain works. So guys, let me see if I can put this in present mode. Does it let me put this in present mode? It's probably because it's not a presentation, guys. Ugh. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe I can resize this really quick to put it in presentation. Sorry, guys. Please hold. Please hold. Promise the training is coming. It's coming. Okay. So this is going to look a little funny, but I just took the ebook and I made a presentation out of it. So hopefully you guys can see my screen. I hope that this is going to be clear. Let me just check here. Okay. Yeah, I saw it. Okay. All right, we're gonna start. We're gonna get our life together, guys. We're just gonna get it together. Here it is. Okay, so the Match It booking game. I'm literally gonna be reading from the ebook and giving you guys, because you know the ebook has the written instructions plus they have the visuals. Okay, so obviously we had a really great testimonial here. Sarah Hoffer, who is our one of the members here, she was able to book 4 parties, which is awesome. And which is great, right? I mean, it's such a fun game to play to be able to just book multiple parties at once. We also had Vanessa, who's in our group. She was able to book 5 parties, if I'm not mistaken. There's a ton of testimonials, which I think is actually in one of these pages. Here it is. There we go. So Michelle Stover, okay, these are real students that just kind of came across this guide in our group over the years of us training some of these strategies. So she booked 4 parties. Sarah booked 4. Jennifer booked 3 in her VIP group, 3 matches and 2 parties. Rebecca was the one that booked 5, so not Vanessa. So obviously, when this strategy is implemented, there's a really good chance that you will be able to book some parties, which is awesome. Comment below with book in the comment section if you're excited to learn how to just play a super fun game where you don't have to go live and book parties for your February. I hope you guys are excited for this. And I hope that this all makes sense too. Okay, so this is kind of funny looking, but that's okay. I didn't prep this very well beforehand, so forgive me, guys. How to play the Match It booking game. So hopefully you can see this little visual here, but you can boost your bookings and your engagement with the Match It booking game. So basically a Match It booking game, it's just a fun way to increase engagement and bookings in your VIP group. So this is really, really designed for your community group. Can you play it in one-off parties? Yes, you can. You can. However, this is designed for your VIP group, really. But listen, I'm not afraid of you trying new things and testing things out. My dog is sleeping, and you may hear him barking in his sleep because he chases squirrels in his sleep. So please, we have a really funny Aussie doodle here next to us, so just forgive that. You might hear a little bit of noise in the background. But anyway, so yes, but this is designed for your community group. You can try it in your one-off parties and see how it goes. But the concept is simple. You basically want to use incentives to attract more bookings. To play, start by selecting at least 3 booking prizes for your winners. While you can choose as many as you like, starting with 3 is manageable and effective. So it's really up to you. You could choose 5 booking prizes. You could choose 6. It's really up to you. But for first timers, if you want to just kind of feel this out, right? Start with 3 and see how that goes. So in your VIP group or after an event, when a guest gets a match, they get to select one of 3 booking prizes. So essentially, you're going to be posting this grid. It's going to have a bunch of hearts on it, okay? And people are not going to know what is in each box, okay? All the boxes are numbered. And what they have to do is they have to comment in the comment section with at least 2 numbers, and you're going to basically take the grid and you're going to comment. You're going to reply to their comment with an updated version of the grid to show them if they got a match or not. Okay, so behind these hearts are going to be pictures of your products. Okay, that's the way I did it when I was at 31. I did pictures of my products, and if 2 of the products matched with the 2 numbers that they selected, and I showed them that grid and they matched, then they got a booking prize. Okay, so just like it says here, is they get to select one of 3 booking prizes. That particular prize will then be taken off the list until another guest gets a match. Once all prizes are gone, the game is over, and the host should have received at least 3 bookings, depending on the number of prizes provided. Okay. All right, so here is one that a lot of our students actually used this particular template. Again, if you get this guide, guys, that I talked to you about, it's going to have the Canva templates. So you'll have access, but this is exactly the one that I used. I had little coffee mugs on all of my boxes. All my boxes were numbered. And then behind them all were all of these little images, right, of these 31 products. So their job was to get a match. Like, hopefully it's kind of small, but hopefully you can see 2 and 12. That's a match. So if they said in the comment section 2 and 12, and I replied with the grid and I removed the coffee from 2 and 12 and it just showed like the purses, then they got a match and they got to choose a booking prize. Okay. So here's step 1. Begin by creating an empty grid on Canva. Again, if you get this guide, you have the Canva template, so you won't have to go through all that. And add images of your products into the grid. To make the game more engaging, add 2 matching images of each product in different areas of the grid. Invite your audience to participate by choosing 2 numbers in the comment section. They are trying to match the images. If there is no match, you can reply with no match. Try again. For participants who find a match, update the graphic and show them that the match has been found, right? You will want to update your post with the amount of prizes left as they are getting claimed, as well as an updated grid when matches are being made, okay? You will also want to make sure you update the board on your post. So you can do this by simply saving the image and marking the redeem spaces with an X, or you can upload the image to Canva and show the match, okay? All right, so let's talk about verbiage. Does everybody understand the concept of this first? Actually, before I move on, does everybody understand the concept? You're posting a grid, right? They're all numbered, and they're all basically numbered boxes. You have like a little element here, which we used coffee to cover them all. The guest is going to comment in the comment section with their guesses to get a match, right? Just like, you play that card game, the matching game, right? When you get a match, you win. If they get a match, you're replying to them with, great, you won a booking prize. I'll DM you with your prize. Or you can reply in the comment section, the booking prize options. And then they choose what booking prize they want, and then you DM them to kind of solidify the dates, okay? So that's basically the process. Now, if they comment and they don't get a match, then you say, no match, try again. And this is a really great way to boost your engagement, because a lot of people are really into this stuff and they will just keep playing, right, until they get a match. It's kind of like Battleship in a sense, right? In a sense, it's a little different, but it's kind of similar, right? But the goal is to decide how many matches you're going to allow on the grid. That's going to basically determine how many booking prizes you're going to be giving away. And then the game is over when all the matches and all the prizes are claimed, okay? Now let's talk verbiage. Verbiage to use a recent party. Here are some really cool scripts in here. You guys can screenshot that if you want to, but this essentially is going to be the posts for your grid. So if you're wondering, how do you say this? How do you actually like verbalize this game so that it makes sense to your audience? Because again, you're hearing me talk about it. It makes a lot more sense when you have visuals, and of course you have the guide in front of you to kind of follow along. These are just some examples of how to do it from a recent party. So if you just closed at a party recently or closing a party, this is a good time to do it. Verbiage used in a VIP group, right? This is an awesome way to kind of verbalize that in your VIP group, okay? Here's an actual screenshot so that you can kind of see it all in action. Now, the thing that I used in I think this was in a party, was it? It was. This is in one of my hostess' name. Her name was Shayna. So this is a real life example. I was not fancy with graphics, guys. Okay. I was not fancy with graphics. These numbers are even hard to read. I was able to book parties off of this post though. You see how it says 60 comments? I booked parties off this post, even though the numbers were hard to read. And this is a terrible graphic. I was so terrible at graphic design, which is why I hire people now, right? So, but people played, right? This is literally apples. This was 20 apples. Okay. And this was my wording. This is what I used in my group, or in the party. Hello, party people. I know Shayna's party has ended, but this fall we have a fun game for you to get a chance to win prizes for getting a match. Pick 2 apples below and try to get a match. The first 3 ladies to get a match get to choose a free hosting prize. Here are the prizes to be given away. And obviously I was with 31. So I gave away those, right? Mystery bundle, perfect sense wallet, large utility tote. Okay. Is this making a little bit more sense now that you see kind of an example post of how to actually talk about it? So for those of you that are going to ask, like, do you tell them that it's a booking game? Won't people feel cheated if you don't tell them? Yeah, I say it right here. Choose a free hosting prize. 3 ladies to get a match, get a free hosting prize. So people know ahead of time it is a hosting prize. Now you can add a little more verbiage if you're more comfortable saying, hey, so the first 3 ladies to get a match get to choose a free hosting prize. What this means is you get to choose a free gift for hosting your own online event, just like Shayna did. So if you want to add extra verbiage, you can. I like to keep my stuff simple. That's just me personally. I think when I over explain things to people, we just lose people because then it's not fun anymore. But if you keep it really simple and you just like keep your marketing very simple and just put the information that is just needed for people to just understand the concept, quick, short, to the point, people are going to be more open to playing. That's just my observation. Everybody's different. You can word it your own way. Okay. Comment below if this is helpful. Comment below. Has this been helpful so far? Is this making sense to you guys? Okay. So if you guys want to see what I actually said in the comment section, I went ahead and screenshotted me booking a party right here. Okay. So what I actually said in the comments. So you can tell this Jessica Eldrin, she commented 6 and 9 because she wants to get a match. And there's 2 previous replies. So I assume that the first maybe was a no match. And then she replied again. And so I gave her, again, this was a terrible graphic, you guys. This is a terrible graphic. I'm surprised it worked. It was so bad. But anyway, woohoo, you got a match. Feel free to choose a hosting prize. She replied, yay, large utility tote, please. I said, gotcha. I'll PM you shortly so we can book the date. So you see how simple that is? Use a better graphic than what I did. Okay. This is why this guide comes with a template so that you don't do the same thing I did. But this also should go to show, guys, that you don't have to do anything complicated or play any complicated, confusing games in order for you to book parties. It is very, very simple. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is what I said in Messenger, right? Hey, girl, thanks for playing the game. I'll mail your large utility tote out on the first day of your party. What do you think of the week of the 19th? So I like to do a hard close. That's me personally. Once somebody says, yes, I want this, I'm like, okay, what about this date, right? Or you could do an optional close, this date or this date. She said, okay, can't guarantee how well it will go, but sounds good. I said, okay, that's fine. No one can guarantee these things. I'll jot you down for that week. It'll be easy. She goes, okay, sounds great. So this is literally the conversation that I had. Now there's tons more conversations that I have, but I just wanted to put a very simple one here so that you can kind of see the concept, how to post about it, how to make the grid in a sense, how the comment section work as far as replying, and then what to actually say in Messenger. Okay. Now, obviously, this guide along with the Valentine's Day playbook can be found in the shop, our content store. Once again, if you want the full guide plus the playbook plus the guide and template for the mystery bag sales event as well, feel free to text BOOST to 727-219-2444. It's only $27. This might be worth it. And this is definitely something that you can play year after year. Okay. If you want the cheat sheet, just text match to 727-219-2444. And then I will send you my comprehensive, very simple cheat sheet. Okay. So that way, at least you have kind of a way to get started with this game. Guys, hashtag value in the comment section if this was helpful. I hope that this was informative. I hope that it made sense. Again, I know I didn't make an actual presentation like I did last week. However, hopefully everything that I just shared with you was pretty easy to understand. And if you grab the cheat sheet or if you grab the playbook that we talked about for the Valentine's Day playbook, then it'll obviously make more sense because you have it all written in front of you and it's all kind of there with your visual examples and all the things. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. I do also, a quick reminder here, if you got my email today, which by the way, comment below if you did, I created a brand new newsletter. It used to be Sunday morning brunch and then it was like Sunday seller solutions. And then to this morning, I'm like, you know what? Like I want to get more creative with my newsletter. So it's now called the Sunday Social Brew. Okay. The Sunday Social Brew. You see my little coffee there? And there's a little picture of me with my little coffee mug. I don't know if you saw that, but you got that email today. And in that email, I send you a direct link to the 5 ways to get started with personal branding. Okay. Obviously, we had these closures and we started the training with this. I don't want to go too much into it because I know it's still fresh for people. However, this is a big reason as to why we're going to be teaching more about personal branding, how to create your own brand, how to stand out with your name, okay, and why it's so important not to put all your eggs into one basket, because these are the things that happen, guys. Over the last 2 years, we've had enormous changes. They were not little changes. They were enormous changes in the direct sales businesses and network marketing, both of them, okay? Closures, whole compensation plans just changing, and people are left with just kind of, not knowing what to do and having to just deal with the changes and the things that are happening around them that are beyond their control. And this is why we're teaching personal branding. This is why we're teaching how to build your list, right? Comment below if you're curious on how to get started building a list, because a list is king. Okay. How to save your contacts, and when you're communicating with them, you are sending your branding information. People are hearing from you versus just your company. And there's a massive difference between being a consultant for someone and having that company just be a perk to knowing you. And I think there's a really big distinct difference to that, which means that, for those of you that are involved in some of these closures, maybe it'll affect you in your income, yes, but at the end of the day, you've built that personal brand. So it doesn't matter where you go and what you do, you're going to have people that go along with you. You're going to have people that are going to buy whatever you have to offer, if that makes sense. This is why with me, even though I am part of a network marketing company, I've also dabbled in several affiliate marketing stuff, because these are products that I already use. So if I talk about a particular coffee in my stories, everybody wants to buy that coffee because they know me and they trust me, and I've built that personal brand. Does that make sense? That is what I'm talking about. You should be able to learn how to build that, and we're going to be teaching you how to do that. So I just want to give you guys a heads up of what's to come. So very, very soon, early February, we're going to be launching our 3-day masterclass. It's called Jumpstart Your 2025. We're going to teach you how to rewire your mindset, how to get ready for the rest of 2025, because 2025 is going to be a different year in social media. We're going to incorporate some training as far as how to tell your story on social media, how to build your personal brand on social media, the basics of getting started building your list, systems and operations, and how to automate parts of your business. And just some of the skill sets that you do need to learn in order to build your social in 2025, because things are changing, things are revolving, things are, and you guys are probably seeing it now, right? The things that used to work before, even 2 years ago, are starting to just not work as well anymore. And it's because, and I'm gonna just tell you this right now, a big factor is the rise of AI. Comment below if you use AI or ChatGPT, Jasper, any kind of AI program. Let me just tell you guys, it is amazing to use AI. There are ways to use it that are going to help you work your business faster, automate your business. I mean, we use it so much in our business, like so much. However, there is a trade-off. The trade-off is the human connection is starting to diminish on social media. So the things that are going to work now is not your copy paste generic tips and value. It's not going to be the stuff that you just grab on Google that you can just copy paste. 5 tips for radiant skin, 5 ways to lose weight in less time. That stuff doesn't work anymore because now people have AI and everybody sounds the same. You guys notice that with some copy that you see online, posts that people make? People sound like robots now because they're missing the uniqueness of their personal branding and their content. They're missing that life that is them, right? That you are your personal brand. And what's great about that, here's the opportunity. I know it doesn't sound great, but what's great about it is that you have a real opportunity to stand out online, because in the world of AI, the rise of AI, The people that are going to succeed on social media in 2025 are going to be the people that build a personal brand. So when this masterclass releases, Jumpstart Your 2025, make sure to sign up for it. It's going to be free to sign up, and it's going to be early February. Check out the emails we're going to be sending out this week. We're going to be talking about some concepts. I'm going to be doing a value series this week as well. So just stay tuned for that. And we're going to be talking through this stuff. And I want to help you guys build a personal brand. I want to help you prevent some of the disaster that's been happening the last year or so in our industry, if not longer than that. So that's all I have. I'm done yapping. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. If you have any questions, or if there's anything else that you feel like you need as far as learning this concept, or if you have questions about the masterclass or joining our email list, make sure to leave a comment below. I'll be able to reply after this live video. And I will see you guys next Sunday for our next Sunday segment. All right, guys. Happy Sunday. See y'all later.